here, the Frugal Crafter, again today. Oh my gosh, are you totally sick of me or what? Anyway, I had to make an order the other day for some gifts, and I saw this set of 24 graphitint pencils on sale, and I'd wanted to try them out, so I thought that I would give them a go. A little early Christmas present to myself. I know, really, how bad is that? Alright, so they're brand new. I haven't even opened them, so I'm going to open them, and I'm going to use them for the first time right here. I'm going to share the experience with you, and we'll see if these are all they're cracked up to be. So, these have been out for a couple of years, and I have quite a few different types of watercolor pencils that I'm really happy with, but I also like to sketch and sketch with pencil, and I don't do that very often. So I thought this might be really fun because it's like water soluble graphite as well as color. So there's 24 different colors in the line, and they are available individually or by the kit. I bought the kit because usually you get the best price, and this was the case where the price was the best. And so I thought I would just paint some marbles, and because I'm losing my marbles here, basically because I didn't really have any great plans, so I thought I would just try that. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of sketch out with the colors that I'm planning on using. So for that big one in the center, I've got my marbles over here. You can see them. I'm just have them there for a reference. Alright, I'll just get some of my edges in so you can definitely see the color as I'm sketching on. I'm going to get some of these shapes in there too while I'm at it. And I don't know at all how it's going to work, so I'm pretty excited. I'm just going to color some of that green in there. I like using these circle templates. This was from Staples, I think. Keep my colors out so I know what I used. Because it's really great when you want to, make bubbles or make, you just need to trace something circular. It's just handy to have. I'm going to use, I just really want to use these colors and see what I've got, so I'm just kind of going in with a few different shades here. Alright, the other ones are more clear, so I think I'll go with like one of these grayish shades. I think, yeah, do one over here, just kind of like a gray. I'll just put some of the shadow in there for the marbles. I'll make this right side up for you guys, I guess, upside down for me. That's how to do that, I suppose. That would be nice. And instead of looking bird's eye view down, I think well, I guess it really doesn't matter. I guess I will do bird's eye view kind of down. Throw in some more of that gray shadow. Maybe do a couple different sizes over here. Just using the objects as a reference. And how many do I have? I have 5 there. It looks nice when you have things in odd number. So let's put this other one here. I don't know if I'll get a chance to paint them all in or not because I only have a 20-minute window here. Okay, let's see. This one has 3 different colors. Both of these have 3 different colors. I think I'll move this one right over here. And I'll draw in some of the little waves and got some blue here. Not the color that I'm using, but that's alright. I don't even know how heavy I should color or how lightly I should color because I've never used these before, so I'm just learning right along with you. It's so exciting sometimes to get something new, I think. I don't see any yellows, but I'll try this color here. It's interesting, the colors they chose for this line, I assume probably because yellow might just get grayed up with the graphite and it just wouldn't look very nice. So I'm sure there's a reason why there are some colors and not others. Use some of this, this red is pretty. Maybe I'll use this red on another one. I'll grab this one over here, and this one's got a weird little kind of little starburst shape. I love making things that are glass, rendering glass for some reason. I just love the sparkle of it. So much fun. I'm so curious. I can't wait to add water. It's killing me to have to draw these in. This one's all yellow, so I'm going to have to, maybe I'll do purple in place of that because, or this nice blue here. And I think maybe I'll just do it from the top vantage point of that interesting starburst that's in there. These swirly lines of glass. And that last one has a bunch of ribbony colors, and I think I'll use some of these pretty colors here for that. Is anyone as excited as I am about this? Probably not, but that's alright. It's like when I do splurge and get something new, I kind of like to do a video on it. That way, if other people are considering it, they can get an idea whether it's right for them or not. I mean, something that I love might not be right for your style of working. Something that you love might not be right for my style. It's completely different for everybody. And I do notice sometimes it's hard to tell, like I'm drawing here, and it's hard to tell what colors I've used, I'm finding, because they look a lot different. You've got the index end on the pencil, but when you draw it down, it's not that vivid. So it'll be interesting to see when we add the water, which I'm going to do right now. I'm not going to put any cast shadows yet, because I really want to get into the painting here. Alright, so that gray color that I put in here is a nice gray. And I'm just liquefying some of the color. I think I should have put more in. Like kind of a wine color. I do notice already off the bat that the pencil's pretty much staying where I put it. It doesn't want to blend out too much unless I drag it out with the brush. So that could be advantageous in different instances. So where I've got like several colors on one thing, I think it will, I can paint next to each other, not, if I'm careful, not have any bleeding that I don't want between the colors. I'm using a number 4 flat nylon brush. I'm using the Aqualon brand, but any brand number 4 nylon brush would, I think, work very well for this. And they're not very expensive, which is nice. I think I will be letting this dry and adding more details on after, or maybe even while it's still wet if I want to get some crisp lines. I'll try going in on the wet paper. Why don't we do that on this one, because this one's getting all kind of boring and green. Let's go in with some of those pencils. Hopefully I can tell what ones I used. And I'll just kind of have my marble over there for reference. I think I wanted that darker color here. And I can get a nice sharp color when I go in there. I really honestly don't see too much of the graphite. I'm not noticing it being really silvery like a graphite pencil is. The colors are nice. They're muted. They're richer. They're strong. They're intense, very much like the Inktense pencils are. But they've got more of a muted quality to them, I think. Well, it's kind of fun to just sketch on this with the dry pencil on the wet paper. Now I'm going to go in here over where I just sketched dry pencil wet paper and see if I can blend any of that. Usually it doesn't blend too well if you've gone on with the dry pencil on the wet paper, but it is blending alright. I think if I wanted it blended, I would color first, but you can move those lines around a little bit. I'm curious as to these colors over here, how they're going to do. Oh, those are pretty. So I've been, when I was researching these pencils, because I do like different types of pencils. I love to try them out. I know I'm a nerd. But when I was considering these, I had them in my shopping cart for a while. And then there was a heck of a sale over at Utrecht Art. And I was ordering some Christmas presents. And I thought, well, it's 25% off, and they're on sale, and, you know. So I went online and I checked out some of the videos on the Derwent YouTube channel, and there was a lady that works for Derwent who did a fish, like I don't know what kind of fish, just like a trout or something, but it looked really cool the way she did it. So I just I liked the colors and I liked her demonstration, so I thought I'd try it. I thought, and I'm happy with them. It's going to be just a different sort of look. But I kind of like how it looks, I don't know, almost, it does look oceany. I can see why they chose to do a fish, because the tones of it, I mean, I'm from Maine, so, you know, you go to the coast a lot, and it does have the colors of the coast. It's the colors of the Maine coast, I think, which, Whoops, I went out of the lines of my water, so I'm just going to blot that up. So, you know, I think this would be just the ideal kit for me to take. You know, when I take the kids to the ocean, you know, they all splash around in the water and play with their friends, and I could be sitting on a rock painting some tide pools or painting, you know, something like that. So pretty. I do like these colors. It's definitely something a little unique, different than the other pencils I have. So, and that's what you want when you're buying new supplies. You want to make sure you're not buying the same thing over and over again. You're gonna buy something that's unique. You don't need to buy the same thing twice. So yeah, I'll take one for the team, and I'll try out the materials so that you can be informed. What are we up to now? We're only up to 10 minutes. We're doing pretty good. I think I will do some cast shadows just to show you, because sometimes it can be hard to see or realize what you're supposed to do when you're painting and you don't have very much experience. So let me first, I do want to add a little bit of something in that. That's kind of, don't remember what color I used for that. That's the only thing I find that the it's kind of surprising. It's kind of like if you've ever done ceramics and you've done glazes in your ceramics and you're painting something, it's, if you forget what colors you used, it's very surprising when it comes out of the kiln, because it goes in and the colors look so dull, and then when you after you fired it, it's so vivid. So when you're painting a piece or you're glazing some pottery, it's kind of tricky, and you're trying to remember what you did for colors. I find that with these pencils, when I'm coloring, it's very much like trying to paint pottery, and you can you can kind of forget, like when you sketched it out, what color was that? I don't remember because it doesn't look bright, but then when you add water, it's kind of like firing ceramics. You get that beautiful color again. All right, so I think you can see the real marbles. I'll kind of line them up here. So my light's coming from below, and if you look, I don't know if I'm going to zoom in. I hope you'll be able to see it. Let me try zooming in there. All right, so look next to the marbles. You'll see how the light gets kind of trapped in there. You see, get that really bright spot there. Then you've got the cast shadow slightly on this side, just because of the way my studio lights are. And then you have a little glow right in the middle where the light has been magnified inside of the marble, and it's kind of being beamed out on the other side. So we're gonna try to capture that with our pencils. So when we, let's try it on this one here, because I know you can see that one. When I zoom in a little bit, I really want you to be able to see that, because otherwise it might be kind of difficult to explain. Let's see, I just want to make sure I can get both things in there. Okay, so you're looking at that marble, and you're looking at that marble there that I'm drawing, and I know the colors aren't the same, but you'll get a good idea. So I'm using this gray. This is a warm gray. Well, I'm using this because this is what I was using on the sketch, and I didn't really look at the names of my colors because I was just kind of opening the package and going to town with them here. All right, so I've sketched my warm gray, and notice that I haven't put anything in the middle there, and I'm going quite lightly because I still don't have a good grasp. These are new to me. I've got to get some experience with them, so I don't have a great grasp of how dark that's going to be. So now we're going to try to figure out what I used for a blue in there, and I'm not entirely certain, but I think it was this one. I'm just going to put a little bit right there in the center, and I'm going to grab my brush and liquefy that blue. Hopefully it's, gosh, it doesn't really, it shows up a little bit. We can always go back and add more, and then I'll liquefy my shadow, and we'll see if that's dark enough. I definitely need a little bit more of a glow in there. Maybe it was this. Was that the one I just used? I'm going to sketch it out. I'm just going to scratch it off on a piece of paper. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, because I don't want to go in with my pencil on the wet paper, because I'll make lines that are hard and don't look like a good shadow. I'm just going to use my brush and I pick up some of the color from the lead of the pencil. There we go. So that's another thing you can do with the pencils. Oh, there we go. That's much more vivid, and I can actually add a little bit of a stripe in there, accentuate that. Now I'll spread that out with my water. That's much better. Now I get that little bit of glow. I might want a little bit more. Hopefully I won't drip it on there. I'm trying to show you when I do it so you don't think so you're clear on what I'm doing there. Okay, there, that's got that pretty little glow in there. That's a little much. We're going to lighten that up with some water. There we go. Alright, and maybe I'll do the same thing with the gray because I feel like I needed a little bit more gray there too. Gosh, that almost looks purpley when I'm holding it like this. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun playing with these pencils, and I can go in and I can add a little bit more of a shadow wherever it's needed in this marble. It's just the light being reflected around. And I can even go in if I feel like I need a darker line. I can go in there with the pencil. So, you know, there's my little demonstration of marbles with the new graphitint pencils by Derwent. I'm using them for the first time. I want to thank you so much for sharing this experience with me. If you have any questions, not that I know that much about these because I just opened the package today, but I will try to help you out if you have any questions on this set of pencils. I will zoom out so you can kind of see how the whole thing looks so far. You know, it's not done, but it's a good start. And I'll show you the box one more time. The lid of the tin anyway. Where did I put it? Here it is. Graphitint. Comes in 24 different colors by Derwent. I'm really digging Derwent. What can I say? I want to thank you so much for watching. Hope I helped you out with something. If you like it, thumbs up and subscribe. Tell your friends. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.